In this video, I will describe how to choose and configure the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi channel for an Arlo security camera system. I will be referring specifically to the Arlo SmartHub Model 4540, which currently comes with the Pro 3 camera system. Though most of the information in this video applies to other models of Arlo SmartHub. This video should also be useful to those who have Arlo cameras connected directly to their home Wi-Fi, as opposed to a SmartHub. For those looking for a quick answer for how to configure the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi channel on an Arlo SmartHub, the answer is, at this time, November 2021, it's not possible, though there is a workaround. An Arlo SmartHub operates as a Wi-Fi access point, a base station for your cameras, and so is usually located near the centre of your home, close to your existing wireless access point, or router. For easy, quick installation, when the SmartHub is first installed, it will usually match the Wi-Fi channel of the strongest signal it detects, which is usually your home Wi-Fi access point. The reason it does this is to avoid adjacent channel signal interference with your home Wi-Fi network. For a simplified understanding of Wi-Fi signal interference, you can view my previous video on that subject here. If your SmartHub is located close to your home Wi-Fi access point, you can change the 2.4 GHz channel used by the Arlo system by simply changing the Wi-Fi channel used by your home Wi-Fi devices and restarting the Arlo hub. It will switch channel to match your home Wi-Fi access point. In my experience of several months, it will continue to use that channel for at least a few days, at which time it may or may not jump channel. I asked Arlo support about this, and the response I received was,
the Arlo base stations and smart hubs by default use an algorithm for automatic channel selection to determine what is the best available frequency channel in the range. This algorithm takes into consideration the results from the Wi-Fi scan done by the base station or smart hub.
In practice, what this means is you'll have to keep an eye on the channel used by the hub and restart it every few days to be sure that it sticks to the channel that you choose for it. I have read a report online stating that removing your Arlo devices from your account and configuring the system from scratch can get the hub to reset its default channel to match your new home Wi-Fi channel, though I have not confirmed this myself. If the hub does not detect any very strong signals when it is restarted, it will choose the clearest channel. It does not stick to non-overlapping channels. In most circumstances, the channel chosen by the Arlo SmartHub will work fine, so long as the hub is placed somewhere that it can receive a signal from each of your cameras that is strong enough not to be affected much by signal interference, then the system will function quite well. If, however, you can't get a strong signal from all of your cameras, if, for example, your home is large or built from stone, brick or concrete, or is in an area with many nearby Wi-Fi networks, or both, then the channel selected by the Arlo SmartHub may be less than ideal. If you would like your SmartHub to be on a different channel to your home Wi-Fi and to specify this channel yourself, and ensure the hub stays on that channel each time it is restarted, you will need to place the hub some distance from your existing access point, and place another access point beside the hub, configured to use the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi channel that you want the hub to operate on. If you have an old access point, or a router, lying around, this will do the trick. It doesn't need to be connected to a network, just broadcast an SSID, a Wi-Fi network name, on the 2.4 GHz band. If you cannot easily run an Ethernet cable to your hub from your router, or if you don't have an old access point available, I recommend a powerline Ethernet adapter kit with a built-in wireless access point function. This kit from TP-Link is cheap, fast enough for this task, and in my experience, reliable and very good value for money. A kit like this will allow you to influence the Wi-Fi channel on an Arlo SmartHub by configuring the channel on the powerline adapter equipped with the Wi-Fi function, placing that adapter close to the Arlo hub, and connect the hub to the internet by placing the other adapter beside your router. The Wi-Fi adapter in this two-piece kit is marketed as being super quick and easy to install, and it most certainly is. Following the quick start guide will result in the Wi-Fi channel and bandwidth being selected automatically. Sticking with the quick configuration will extend your Wi-Fi range and will work fine for most people, but may result in signal interference between this device and your existing Wi-Fi setup, because by default it will try to use a 40 MHz wide channel, using a simple algorithm to decide if that's a good idea. Configuring it manually will ensure the device will not interfere with your existing Wi-Fi network. This gives you the option to use this device in a way akin to a shiny plastic toy suitable for tapping colourful shapes into a puzzle for children, or like a useful, effective, reliable tool for driving nails, depending on whether or not you're the kind of person who appreciates the distinction between a tool and a toy. This capability will enable you to influence the channel on your Arlo security camera system. This kit will also allow you to move the hub around your home easily, which can be very useful if you're trying to find a better position for it, to get a better signal from cameras that have already been installed, or to enable a new camera to be installed at a location that is not within good signal range of your hub at its present location. Using the same channel for your Arlo cameras and your other home Wi-Fi devices will work fine in most circumstances. To use the analogy from my first video about signal interference, it's like adding more polite speakers, your hub and cameras, to the room that your other Wi-Fi devices are in. They will cooperate, trying not to interrupt each other. Arlo cameras don't need much bandwidth, as they don't ordinarily transmit much data unless motion is detected and video is being recorded, so they will not usually cause much interference. There are 3 circumstances where using the same channel for your camera system and home Wi-Fi might cause problems. The first occurs if you have a large number of cameras and existing Wi-Fi devices, or if you are using continuous video recording on the Arlo system. The more video data being transmitted on the Wi-Fi channel, the less bandwidth, talk time in other words, will be available to your Wi-Fi devices to enable them to communicate. A large number of Wi-Fi devices, or continuous communication between devices with a high demand for bandwidth, will negatively affect the performance of both your Arlo system and your home Wi-Fi network. The second circumstance is if your home is large or has many internal walls built from materials such as stone or concrete, or where the insulation in the walls incorporates layers of metal foil which will partially reflect microwave signals. If there are areas of your home where Wi-Fi devices are transmitting data to your access point, but where the signals from these devices are blocked by walls to such a degree that they are not detectable by a camera attached to an external wall, then these devices may be transmitting signals at the same moment as that camera. These signals will occasionally hit the antenna in the Arlo Smart Hub at the same moment, which is what signal interference actually is. Different signals at the same frequency striking a radio antenna simultaneously. If you notice problems with live video streaming from an Arlo camera at times when you are using home Wi-Fi intensively, this signal interference scenario might be the cause. This may also lead to interference with your other home Wi-Fi devices when an Arlo camera is transmitting. This is co-channel interference, though not as I have described it in my previous video. It is interference caused by devices which are on the same channel but which are not cooperating with each other because they are out of signal range of each other. The interference occurs in the area where the signal ranges of these devices overlap. This potential for interference is one of the reasons it is best practice to put Wi-Fi access points located close to one another on separate, non-overlapping channels. The third circumstance where the Smart Hub matching the channel of your home Wi-Fi may not yield a good result is if the Wi-Fi in your home is on a bad channel for your cameras, outside. The worst case scenario is that your Arlo system will have to contend with significant co-channel signal interference originating within your home, along with signal interference caused by neighbouring Wi-Fi networks. When attempting to solve problems with your Arlo system, I recommend starting with the Wi-Fi channel, picking one that should work best in theory, and then testing for at least a week to see whether that change alone solves the problem. My previous video about analysing Wi-Fi signals using NetSpot, which you can view here, applies directly to solving problems with Arlo cameras. Survey the signals that are likely to affect signal reception at the Smart Hub and at any cameras you're having problems with. Identify the channel that looks to be best according to that survey method. Switch your home Wi-Fi to that channel, or steer the Smart Hub onto that channel using an extra access point, and see what happens. Try to confine the survey to the locations that actually matter to the reliability of your Arlo system. The Arlo devices themselves, especially if your home is built from brick, stone or concrete. I can confirm from experience and ridiculously time-consuming testing that moving the Arlo Smart Hub and your home Wi-Fi setup from bad channels to well-chosen, separate, non-overlapping channels can sometimes make a very big difference to the performance of your Arlo system. In my next video, I will describe in brain-melting detail how to test and to solve problems with the Arlo security camera system, as relates to Wi-Fi channel selection and positioning your Smart Hub, and how, in some circumstances, choosing a Wi-Fi channel for your Arlo system can get quite complicated. I hope this video has been useful. Thank you for watching.